What's up, you guys? Steven here for Off the Shelf Movie Night to talk to you about 4Ks and Blu-rays and DVDs, you know, the physical media, the good stuff, the things that we love, the way we like to collect and actually own the movies and TV shows that we love. Anyway, this is part 2 of my Arrow Video Complete Collection update. This video will consist of slipcover editions and the limited editions that I have in my collection. Please feel free in the comments to let me know things you think I need to add, and you know, things that you really love. What are your favorite Arrow releases and that kind of thing? Without any further ado, let's get on with it. So now we're going to go into the slipcovers, the Arrow Video slipcovers. This is a very recent pickup. I actually got this one on the secondhand market, but I got a good price. It wasn't the cheapest, but it was not too far from what the thing went for you know, when it was brand new. Which, okay, I mean, I paid, you know, a brand new price for something used, but that's what happens with a lot of Arrow releases. They're just harder to come by. This is 12 Monkeys. This is a Brad Pitt, Bruce Willis science fiction film. Bruce Willis plays a character sent back in time from the dystopian future to try and save the world, and Brad Pitt is someone who's basically in an insane asylum who may or may not know what he's talking about. It's interesting to find out as you watch. It also stars Madeleine Stowe, who's a lesser-known name to younger generations, but she used to do a lot of really great stuff. This is a nice package, too. I wish this was an LE, one of their limited editions, but it's not. But we get a good slipcover here, you know. And I did flip the alternate artwork on the inside because we've got the slipcover. So we might as well have both artworks there. Okay, and inside the pack, there is a very thick, this is one of the thicker ones that I've seen that goes inside a DVD case and isn't like in one of those LE releases. You can see how young Brad Pitt is there. Yeah, there's a lot of writings in here. Okay, here they are together. Brad Pitt and Bruce Willis. This is one of Brad Pitt's and one of Bruce Willis's best films. Now, Bruce Willis gets overlooked a lot of time in this film because Brad Pitt just crafted this lunatic character. He's just so engaging to watch. If you haven't seen this film, it is an older film. If you haven't seen it, you should find it and see it. This is this is a very beautiful release of it. 12 Monkeys. This is a recent purchase. Got this through Family Video, and if you are interested in this film, you should get it from them too. They still have it. It's about $8 brand new, and maybe it's because Arrow is going to be clearing this out, but I highly suggest going to Family Video and picking stuff up and supporting them. It's a really good company, and you know, they still do rentals. They do movie rentals in their brick and mortar locations, which is just something you don't see that much anymore. Anyway, it's Ronin. It's Robert De Niro films, an assassin film. It has, what is his name? Is it Jean Reno? Is that his name? I don't know if I got that right or not. But anyway, you can see his face right there. He was in Leon the Professional, which is an amazing film. He was also, I believe, in the first Mission Impossible film. And then you've got Robert De Niro. This is a slow burn, again. This is a really nice package for a slipcover case also. It is a slow burn, but it's beautifully shot. This is the classic artwork that you may have seen before. I did flip that around because why not have them both? There are some really beautifully shot scenes in this film, and it's a good story. I enjoy it. Again, to me, it's a little bit of a slow burn, but I think it's purposefully slow. You know, it makes sense the way it's done. Some pictures there. Nice book here. You know, and then got artworks on the Blu-ray. I appreciate that most all the time. I mean, I don't want to say every time because maybe there's some in here that I wasn't paying attention and they didn't, but we usually get disc art. Disc art is a lost art, right? Whew. This is a lot. This is a long video for me. I haven't done one this long in a while. Ronin, check it out. Great price on familyvideo.com right now. Go and get it. Order it. you order a handful of things and you can get really cheap or free shipping. So Alice, Sweet Alice. This is again, we get a kid killer situation, kind of. I don't want to get too spoilery, but this one kind of got a lot of notoriety because it has Brooke Shields in it. I believe this was her first role after Blue Lagoon, which is a very, controversial movie in and of itself. This is a very well done horror film of the late 70s, though. I did flip it around. 88 Films had this in the UK, I believe, and they used this artwork with a red case. It's a great movie. I love this movie. Inside, we get their little... We actually get a poster inside. And we get the book. This is a very, very thin book. I mean, it's almost just like a brochure, really. But we do get something. There you go. Again, I hate the... Oh, here we go. I hate to get into it too much. I don't like to be spoilery, and I know it's a very old movie, but I know a lot of people have not had the opportunity to see it yet. And we get the original artwork on the inside. And since we're collectors, we can kind of respect each other a little bit and try not to spoil things. Because sometimes it's a discovery. You just discovered something that you didn't know you should have already watched, right? And I know that clicking sound really pops in the mic. Sorry about that. Alice, Sweet Alice. I love sort of the soft texture of these two. Now, okay, I know, and I've said this a lot of times. Packaging is secondary, and it is. But you can still appreciate it, right? I love the texture of the paper that they choose. This is an underpackaged film. I think there might be a nicer edition. Maybe there's an LE. But this is the one that I think I was sent this by Arrow to actually write a review. And they sent me this one. This is the one that's called Trilogy. Again, we're back on Miike. This isn't as gory of a set of films as some of his other early 2000s stuff. This is really more in the sort of creepy ghost story type of thing that was kind of becoming popular because of The Grudge and different things. Now, Miike brings in technology with the cell phone. It's kind of fun to watch this now and see, the cell phones of that time. They seem so antiquated. But it's the first one in particular is well done. They do sort of, it hits its high point with the first film and then goes down. But all three are fun to watch. Ghost stories, based around a phone. So we've got Miike did one, and then there's a couple of for the other two names that I'm not going to butcher, but I will put it up there so you can see it. Miike's film is the best. I haven't checked the other artwork on this one, though. I should. I have to. Because this is definitely staying in my collection. I like these films. So what they provide in the package, we do get a book. It's not a huge one, but it's pretty good. So here's the image right here. Let's see. Sort of that creepy, ghost look that was super popular with the blacked out eyes and that kind of thing. A lot of times, technology-based horror just doesn't work. And I'm happy to say that this time it does. Just take the discs out here. Again, 2-disc set here, unfortunately. First one gets its own disc, and then the second two are on a single disc, and I hate that because then the compression goes up and the quality is not as good. But the good one, really, it's almost like if you buy this set, you're buying the first film, and you're getting the other two for free. To be honest, because the first film is the jam. It's the one. The others are just okay. They're not bad. They're fun. I will probably... I don't know if I'm going to do it for the 31 days of horror, or 31 days of Halloween, but I will probably soon do a binge of the three, just for fun. All right. Here's some 80s camp classic stuff right here. It is Basket Case. Basket Case is a story of a monster in a basket. And, he kills people, and it's disgusting, and his design is hilarious and disgusting at the same time. It's really fun. I did flip this around to the alt artwork because I love this movie. It's supposed to be horror, and it is horror, but it kind of makes me laugh too. And I think it's supposed to do that too. I love the extras here because when you watch interviews with the director and the cast, you know that they were very aware of what they were, the kind of film they were making. In the package, there is a booklet. Let's see. It's a very common scene throughout the film, him looking out of the basket. I think I'm blocking the mic there. There's some original artwork there. The practical effects are very fun, though. It's a lower budget film, but they did a lot with a little, and it's fun. It really is. It's silly. Not sure why we got this sort of spot UV look on. I don't know if you can see it there. Packaging, or on the slipcover. It's different than Arrow's typical sort of more muted situation. But cool, basket case. Fun movie. That is the slipcover. Well, one more. And I did just unbox this one for you guys and talk about it not long ago. It's 16 candles. Very different than the rest of the collection of Arrow releases I have. Not everything is horror, but this one is sort of a teen comedy from the 80s. Molly Ringwald is somebody I really love from the 80s. I love watching her films. This one is a little bit tough to watch with modern sensibilities because it is. I mean, honestly, there's date rape that happens in here, and it's done as a joke. Not something you can do nowadays. So there is that. But you got classic cast there. Now, this guy right here, I forget his name. To me, he looks older, and I believe in the special features you found out he is older. Didn't do much acting-wise after this. I think he just learned it wasn't for him. So, inside. And who's the kid? Is it Michael C. Hall? Is that his name? There you go. There's a scene from post-date rape. I mean, I hate to be so blunt about it, but it just is. Anyway, he's in a lot of things. He was in, I think the last thing I saw him in was the Dead Zone TV series. I'm sure he's doing other things. I just haven't seen him. Got the same artworks from the slipcover on the inside. I mean, I know I'm being hard on it. You have to look at films through the eyes of the era in which they were made, because there's things to be learned. Things to be learned from said films. This film, in particular, it has that in it. It also has some very aggressive ethnic stereotypes that are done for laughs. Now, the actor is interviewed in here, and he had a great time doing it. That helps. So, it's still a great movie. You just have to and it has a good heart. It's just made in a different era. So you have to look at it from that perspective and learn from those mistakes. But yeah. Okay, that is the slipcovers. Well, now we just have the limited edition releases, and unfortunately, I don't have too many of those. Let me save the two best. I'm going to go in. I was going to say I was going to go in best to worst, but you know what? I really can't because, never mind. Let me just show them to you. Here's my most recent purchase, and that is the Flash Gordon limited edition. Flash Gordon is a very campy science fiction film about a pro football player who has to go to space and save the world. I mean, music from Queen in this. Great soundtrack. Practical special effects are hilarious and fun. It's a great bad movie. It's just so much fun. And this is a beautiful edition. This is a lot of people mistakenly thought, and here's the original artwork, so I flipped it around. This is a 4K. This was my first Arrow 4K. A lot of people mistakenly thought this is Arrow's first 4K. Arrow did not do this transfer. This was done by Studio Canal. Studio Canal is a great company, and they did a beautiful transfer. I've never seen the film look this good. So, what do we get in our edition? We get this beautiful booklet, and this is a thick book too. Take a look at that, with a ton of great writing about the film and photography, set photos. Look at that, Ming the Merciless right there. This movie is just a ton of fun. I mean, it's hilarious, and it's based on kind of the serial type shows. Not cereal like you eat, serials like from the early days of film, when you would have some short films in front of the feature, or maybe you would just go see short films. I don't know, but I've seen the serials, and Flash Gordon came up in comic books and in serials. There were Flash Gordon serial films, and that's the one thing I would love to have seen as a bonus feature, if we could have gotten some Flash Gordon shorts on here. And I'm conflicted about the box. I know this is your 4K box, and I know they do the 4K packaging to help quickly let you recognize that it's 4K, but I wish this was a clear box. I just like their sort of clear boxes. Get the promotional stuff on the inside, and we get some lobby cards, which I believe I went through in my unboxing, but on the inside, see, it's just black. You know, I miss being able to see the reversible artwork through. There is the movie on one disc, and wow, I know that's popping in the mic, sorry. And the second disc has a feature-length documentary about the actor and sort of his life after doing the film. It's a very good movie. I mean, honestly, I enjoy. This is one of those situations like the show Kasugi, where I enjoy the documentary and learning about this actor as much as I do the main film. And this documentary was not produced by Arrow. It was out, and is out separately. I believe you can watch the documentary on Amazon. The name is escaping me. And maybe it's Life After Flash or something like that. There's also a poster, which I'm not going to unfold. Again, we unboxed this before. And then there's other great bonus features in here on the disc too. So again, this is one of Arrow has done their own transfer on Pitch Black, and I'm going to acquire that one. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Anyway, beautiful hard case. Love these limited edition releases. So the very first limited edition release I ever bought from Arrow Video is right here. It is Last House on the Left. This is a Wes Craven film from the late 70s, and one of my all-time favorite horror films. This movie just really, as many times as I've seen it, it disturbs me so much. Is it perfect? No. There is some comedy relief built into this film that is just wedged in. It's just like Craven decided, holy shit, this thing is so edgy and dark. I gotta give it a moment of levity, and we'll do that with a kazoo. No, so it's not perfect. But as far as movies that mess with my head, oof, this is one, and it still does. It's so good. A couple of girls are going out for, I believe they're going to a concert, and they try to buy pot from the wrong group of people who end up going back to their house and doing terrible things, and then there's a revenge situation. That's all I'm going to say. And there's a remake of this film that's okay. The remake is okay. I think it gets a lot more praise than it should, because it's just aping the original. But it's okay. But the stories behind the making of this film, though, and how Craven got the R rating that he got and all that, that's in this package and is very much worth a watch. Original poster art there, which is beautiful. Got the tagline there, it's only a movie, it's only a movie. That has been ripped off so many times. Very good presentation on this film, though. This is a multiple disc situation. Tons of extras, versions of the film. Let's see what we have. The promotional disc, and then there are, on the inside, there are lobby cards. Then you've got, this is a lot for me to be breaking out here. I don't remember, honestly, if I if I can speak, I'm going to just take the last disc out so I can show you. It's just the original artwork there. And all of the discs have artwork. Some of it quite disturbing, just like the movie itself. We got different cuts of the film. You got a ton of bonus features. This is like a beautiful, beautiful presentation for arguably one of the worst films ever made, and I don't mean by worse in quality of filmmaking, worse in level of depravity. I mean, it's this one and I Spit on Your Grave from the late 70s are really twisted, disturbing films. I mean, okay. So also in that package we get a poster. Not going to open that now, and as usual, a beautiful. I think these are called Perfect Bound books. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is what this is called, Perfect Bound. Let me see if I can find a picture here to show you. You know, I think I did show you some pretty gory stuff before. There's a sort of a centerfold picture that hints to what's to come. Oof. Such a good movie, but it's effective. I'm sorry, I'm umming. This movie just freaks me out. I like the artwork that they did here. This commissioned art is quite beautiful and very representative of the movie. Hard case. So it's interesting though. The color palette on this limited edition and the next one are very similar. The Hills Have Eyes, another Wes Craven film. It's like they're twinsies. You know, a lot of the same reds and yellows and oranges. So The Hills Have Eyes is another Wes Craven film. This one has some moments of levity in it, but I think it does a better job with that than Last House does. There's some camping moments in here that keep this movie from going too far, because this is also a dark movie. And when I say too far, I mean too far for the average viewer. I mean, if it's a good horror movie, I don't, if you push my buttons, then you're doing something really good, because it's hard to push my buttons these days. I've seen so many horror films. Again, we get another hardbound box. The inside, beautiful poster, which again, I'm not going to open up. Perfect bound book. Your cover art. This movie has Dee Wallace Stone in it. The Dee Wallace now, I think because I believe she did get divorced. She's great in this film, though. That woman. I think Dee Wallace must have just always been a mom, even before she was a mom. She just seems like you want Dee Wallace to be your mom. You just do. She's such a sweet lady. And I have had the pleasure of meeting her in person, and she is a sweet lady in person. I flipped this. No, I didn't flip it yet. Oh, I know why I didn't flip it. Because I don't really like the original artwork. There's a disc there. There are lobby cards on the inside, and there's the original art. It's okay. I think maybe I've just looked at that art a lot and I'm just happy for a break, because I've had a number of versions of this film over the years. I had the DVD. I've had a couple of DVD releases of it, because I just always own it, because these two Wes Craven movies are in my top 10 favorite horror films of all time. I mean, higher even than Nightmare on Elm Street. Alright, now we're getting to the very last one. Guys, we made it. Let me get a drink. This is the very last Arrow video package that I own, and quite possibly could be the most beautiful that they've done. This is for a real campy set of movies. This is House, the 2 stories. I wanted this set for so long because I love these films. The first one stars William Catt. You might know him if you've seen... was he in Carrie? I believe it was Carrie. Yes, he was in Carrie. And he was in a TV series in the 80s called The Greatest American Hero, where he played a superhero that lost the instruction book to his super suit. So he had to just kind of figure it out as he went. And I believe this movie came along after that. The film also stars George Wendt from Cheers. He was Norm, if you've seen repeats of that show. And it also stars Bull from Night Court. Bull was the bailiff guy, big guy with bald head. So they really went for the TV here in the first film. So the first film is campy and silly, but it is a horror film. The second film sort of does an Evil Dead, Army of Darkness thing, where the second one is just almost straight up hilarious silliness. Both good films, and they're both here in this hard package. Wait, let me give you a shot of the back for a minute. This is one I bought on the secondary market. I wanted this so bad. These movies you can buy separately, but I wanted the movies, of course, and I also wanted this book. This is like a kid's storybook in the quality. Nice hard cover. This is the nicest book that I've seen of any of their limited editions. Now, I don't own a lot of them. I only own the ones you see. But, man, it's something. There's so much writing in here. There are international posters, which I love to see. I love to see the international artwork and marketing. It's a beautiful book, and there's a lot of really great writing in here. So along with that, then we get the first film. There it is. Fun artwork. On the inside, there's just a... I wish they would do this more. There's a slip about the restoration. A disc. And then the original art, which is kind of on the front of the big box. Yes, they sort of went Criterion with this. Criterion always... I don't know if they're still doing it either, honestly, but they used to really go the extra mile as far as telling you what their whole process was for restoring a film. And House 2. This movie is super silly. There you go. And then on the inside, discard. Wow, I really was not going to just open these up, but I kind of just like revisiting them myself, and then sort of a play off the first artwork there. I just really enjoy revisiting all the work that Arrow Video puts into their presentations. So I'm happy to just kind of look at it with you guys. So, I mean, you don't have to buy that version if you don't want the book, because really the book and the hard box is all you're getting in that version. You can get these two, and they sit nice on the shelf together. Consistent artwork design there. But I really wanted the book. I love especially the first one, but the second one too. I just love these movies so much, and I just wanted this package. But I had a limit. This thing goes on the secondhand market. I usually see it right at $100, $105, whatever. I was able to get it on the secondhand market. I had to act quick, but I got it for $65. And the way I looked at it, and it was brand new. You know, so the way I looked at it was, if I bought the two movies brand new, they would be $25 a piece. So it was $50. So I did pay an extra $15. But this is I just love it so much. Anyway, that brings me to the end of this extensive video, one-take video. I don't think I'm going to have to do much editing to this. Just going to let it ride how it is. Of all of my Arrow collection, what do you have? Do you have a video up of your collection? I would love to see it. Are there things missing in my collection that you feel I need to add that are some of Arrow's better releases? If they're limited editions, I'm with you. I probably want them, because not just because they're packaged so beautifully, but the limited editions tend to actually be good movies. You know, not everything that Arrow puts out, just because it's an Arrow presentation, is a good movie. You know, we can get suckered sometimes by a boutique distributor just assuming the movie is going to be good because they did it. Anyway, closing it up, gonna eat a snack, got work to do. But again, Dead End Drive-In. Have you seen it? Do you like it? Should it remain in my collection? Same with Deadbeat by Dawn. How is it? I mean, I've kind of heard that the last 15 minutes is pretty gruesome, but that's really it. And then where's the last one? We Are the Flesh. Is it good? Should I keep it? Am I gonna love it? These three films will be going into my 31 Days of Horror, because I need to get them watched and see if they deserve a spot on my shelf, or if I need to trade them off. Got them real cheap, so I'm not going to cry about it if I don't like them. But let me know in the comments. What did you think of them? Are they good? Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up now. Please like and subscribe. Share this video out if you enjoyed what you saw, and comment in the comments below, and let's talk about Arrow video collections and the great buys and the things that are our favorites. What's your favorite Arrow that you own? And let's talk about it. And if you're working on 31 Days of Halloween and you want to share some of your films with me, I would love to hear them, because, again, my list is still being worked on. So until next we meet, pull something cool off the shelf, share it with your friends and family, and remind them why physical media is the best way to watch films and TV. I'll see you guys on the next one.